In this video, I'm going to share the 8 things in my carnivore diet pyramid. The only 8 things that I've consumed over the last 6 months that have enabled me to lose 34 pounds, gain muscle, and feel better than I ever have before. Now, of course, the first thing that you're likely to think is that a diet that only contains 8 items is likely to be very boring. And when it's lacking variety, it's likely to be nutrient deficient. In my experience, it is neither of those things. I look forward to eating every day, and on my latest blood work, there are no problems. So let's look at each of these items. Number 1 is eggs. They taste great and they're great to fill you up. On a regular day, I eat about 10 eggs. Recently, that number has reduced a little bit, and these days I'm only eating 6 or 7 eggs a day, and that's because I've increased my consumption of something else, which I will talk about later. So number 2 is cheese. So what I do with the cheese is I mix it in with the eggs when I'm scrambling them up. It gives the eggs a little bit extra pep in their taste, and it also thickens it up and makes it a bit more filling. Number 3 is ground beef. Now, I actually switch this up. I go between some ground beef and some sliced beef, but basically, to keep it simple, each day I'm eating about 600 grams of ground beef, which is just over a pound. Number 4 is beef tallow. I use beef tallow to cook all this stuff up, and I'm very liberal with the amount of beef tallow that I put in the pan. I probably use about 4 or 5 tablespoons of beef tallow in a given day. So I fry up my eggs and cheese in beef tallow, then I fry up my ground beef in beef tallow, put it all together, and you've got a really good breakfast. But you need something to top it off, and that's where 2 more things come in. The first is salt. So number 5 is salt. I put quite a lot of salt on top of my eggs and ground beef, but it wouldn't be complete without butter. So number 6 is butter, and I've recently only discovered the benefits of butter. First, it's extremely satiating. Second, it tastes awesome. Third, it's a fantastic snack. And fourth, it's really good at topping off a meal. And I probably add about 300 to 400 grams of butter on top of my breakfast. So I've got my 6 to 7 eggs, I've got my 600 grams of ground beef, and then that's topped off with 300 to 400 grams of butter. Now, the reason I've gone down from eating 10 eggs a day to about 6 or 7 is because since I've added more butter into my diet, that has made me feel fuller quicker, and I was struggling to finish all those eggs. So I'd love to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts about eating butter? And finally, we get to number 7 and number 8, and these are liquids. So number 7 is water. And in any given day, I drink somewhere between 4 and 6 liters of water. Almost 100% of that water is soda water, and that's just a preference I have because I find it really refreshing. I tend to add salt into the first 500 mils to 1 liter of water that I consume. And number 8, and this might be a little bit controversial, number 8 is coffee. I drink a lot of black coffee. I've tried adding butter to the coffee, and actually I quite enjoy it, but I also really enjoy the strong taste of simple, easy to prepare black coffee. For the most part, I use filter coffee, and I drink a Starbucks roast that I make myself at home. I also occasionally stop at a Starbucks for a coffee on the way to work. But in a pinch, I'll also drink some instant coffee. And I probably drink the equivalent of 6 or 7 cups of coffee per day. And that's down to either the size of the drink that I'm consuming or the strength of it. So that's it. Those are the 8 things I consume. Those are the things on my diet pyramid. And those are the things that have helped me to lose 34 pounds, build muscle, and feel better than ever on the carnivore diet over the last 6 months. How about you? Please comment below and let me know what your diet's like. I love reading your comments. And also, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.